What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be installing a TCU tune on a 2013 Genesis Coupe. If you guys don't know, the automatics for the BK2s, they don't redline and they only go to like 6,200 RPMs. And with this TCU tune, I believe you redline at 7,200, which is really good for high-end power, and especially with the bigger turbo, which I do plan on doing, so that should help out a lot. And also with that, it doesn't automatically upshift when you put it in sports mode, and also it has faster shifting. And yeah, this is the ECU and this is the TCU tune, which we're gonna have to take off. I believe it's just like 3 bolts. I think it's just this one, and then the other one is in there. That's 2, and then 3, I believe, that's just holding this in. But I think I am gonna disconnect the battery first, just in case. I don't want to mess anything up, so I'm gonna start by disconnecting the battery, and then I'm gonna start disconnecting these 3 bolts. All right, so these are going to be 3 10mm bolts. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with this one right here because it's the closest, and I am using an extension just because this one is kind of deep to get in there. So yeah, for this you just lift up the tab, and it comes off. It's pretty easy. Same with the ECU. That's the ECU right there, the one at the bottom. It comes with 2 tabs on the single ECU, and then this one has just the one. But yeah, we have those 2 disconnected, or all 3 disconnected. So yeah, let's just take these off. All right, so I took off those 3 bolts, and then as you can see, it just kind of lifts up. I already kind of pulled it out. But yeah, there's this one right here where there's the stud already onto that thingy. So you just gotta watch out when taking off that bolt. You don't want it to drop all the way in there. But yeah, so when you have that out, it's just gonna be 4 bolts. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys, so these 4 bolts, they're gonna be also a 10mm bolt, which is nice. So yeah, it should just be those 4, and it looks like they marked it which way they should be facing, I guess, but I don't think that would matter too much. But yeah, I'm gonna just take this off and then put this one on there. So this is the one that was the stock one, and as you can see, there's the bracket right there, and it has the 4 studs, and those are the bolts right there. And then yeah, it should be pretty easy. You just mount this back up on there, tighten it back with the 4 bolts, and then put it back in there, and it should be good. So yeah, we're just gonna put everything back on and then put everything back in there. All right, guys, so I put those 2 bolts in right there, but I couldn't get in the 3rd one. It like fell. But as long as you got these 2 bolts and tighten it pretty tight, it still doesn't move at all. So I think it should be fine. So yeah, now we're just gonna clip everything back on, and then I'm gonna actually show me driving the 7,000 RPMs, and then yeah. All right, guys, everything is on, and you just want to give everything a good tug, make sure nothing is loose, and you connected them all good. So everything looks good here. Now we're just gonna connect the battery again, and then yeah, we're just gonna go on a drive. All right, so now we're just gonna turn on the car, and yeah, turned on fine. And as you can see, there's the 6,000 RPMs, and that's where it would, well, it wouldn't even redline, it would just automatically upshift at the 6,000 RPMs. So with this tune, you should be able to go to like 7,000, 7,200, somewhere around there. And yeah, you should be able to, when you put it in sports mode, you should be able to switch gears faster. And as you can see, I can already low-key kind of tell the difference. It switches from 1 to 2 pretty fast, and before it would kind of like have a little delay. But we'll have to see how it is when driving. But yeah, I'm gonna drive and see if I can redline it to 7,000 RPMs. actually doing a little bit of research, and it was saying you do need a tune. Some of them you don't, I guess, and some of them you do need a ECU tune for it to go to 7,000, 7,200. So yeah, that's why it still went to around 6,800. But the manual mode, when you put it into manual mode, it still does what it needs to do. It still stays in gear, and I do notice a faster shifting. So those work perfectly fine. It's just I need to get a tune so they can raise the RPMs, which is okay, because I guess I'm gonna tune mine pretty soon. And yeah, this is a TCU from Blood Type Racing, and I got it for, well, it goes for $150, but I got it with the turbo kit. So once you go to the set RPM, since mine is still at 6,800, somewhere around there, and you don't like shift it in time while you're like accelerating, you'll just get like a boost cut, like completely loss of acceleration and everything. I think you could see from the last clip, I was going and then I didn't shift it fast enough, and then like the whole car just shifted forward and it just like completely stopped. And yeah, so that is gonna be something you're gonna have to get used to, because I was just trying to accelerate and I forgot to like upshift, because I'm used to it like automatically upshifting. So yeah, you just need to make sure you shift it before the set RPMs, and you should be good. And it's kind of just like the manual, having a manual car. But yeah, only if I didn't have to get a tune, that would be nicer. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for today's video. Leave a like if this helped.